the pain of the parents of them in Buffalo, New York.
Louisville community and faith leaders came together in prayer on Monday, more than 500 miles away from Buffalo, New York, where 10 people were killed over the weekend in what's believed to be a racially motivated attack.
Let's pray for those families, because what happened there can happen right here.
Officials say the 18-year-old gunman targeted the grocery store because it was in a predominantly black area. Community leader Dr. Hannah Drake says it took her back to 2018 in Jeffersontown.
I immediately thought of what happened in Kroger here. That was the very first thing, because it was a grocery store.
Gregory Bush targeted and killed Vicki Jones and Maurice Stollard because of the color of their skin. For Drake, the latest mass shooting has her fearful.
To me, lynching was to create this racial terror in America and for black people to be afraid. And undoubtedly, the next day, I had to go to Lowe's, and I didn't go to Lowe's without my gun.
Speaking with one mental health expert, he tells me for so many people, especially people of color, they can experience different levels of trauma based off this mass shooting. Jerron Jones is a clinical behavioral therapist who works with those in underserved areas.
When you think about lack of trust, building rapport, or us being one and kind of working cohesive to accomplish a common goal, it's become more difficult.
He says while you may not be directly impacted, there can be a level of trauma experienced, especially with seeing certain images constantly on social media. Jones says if it's anything people can learn, is that mental health should be a priority.
I just think as we live, we have to really kind of understand what people are going through, and if we are close to them, how to give them professional help.
Shaquille Lord, WLKY News.
And speaking of mental health, the Roots 101 African American History Museum will host a free mental health festival. MindFest will feature food, entertainment, and panel discussions. It's Saturday from 10 until 6. Louisville police are trying to determine how a man was killed in the Portland neighborhood. Officers found him dead on Northwestern Parkway near 31st Street. Investigators believe foul play was involved, but they are not saying how he was killed. At this point, no arrests have been made.
New at 6, a man is dead after walking into a path of a train in Shepherdsville. It happened around 2 this afternoon on Adam Shepard Parkway near North Buckham Street. Witnesses tell police that a man was looking at his phone when he walked onto the tracks. Police say that the crossing gates were down and the train was sounding its horn. A Shively man wanted for killing his wife and shooting their daughter is in custody tonight. Ronald Burdett was arrested earlier this morning in Jeffersonville. Shively police say that he shot his wife Cindy and their 11-year-old daughter Sunday morning at their house on Appleton Lane. That's off Dixie Highway. Their daughter is in the hospital but is expected to survive. Burdett waived extradition and will be brought back to Kentucky to face charges.
New tonight, a protective order has been issued against former UK and current Cleveland Cavaliers player Rajon Rondo. According to court documents, the emergency protective order was filed on Friday. TMZ is reporting the woman who filed it claimed Rondo got angry after she interrupted him playing a video game and trashed her house. She also claimed he threatened to kill her in front of her children and left the house and returned with a gun. Rondo has been ordered to turn over his guns and is scheduled to be in court next week.
A Southern Indiana man faces charges tonight in connection to the death of his girlfriend. Dalton Simmons was arrested over the weekend on drug charges. It came after Christy Newman was found dead at a convenience store in Kent, which is in Jefferson County, Indiana. Simmons is being held on a $500,000 bond. He's supposed to be in court Wednesday.
Louisville's biggest infrastructure project to date is almost finished. Crews spent the day working to cap off MSD's Waterway Protection Tunnel at 11th and Rowan. This is a live look from WLKY Chopper HD. At 18 stories underground and 4 miles long, it will keep an estimated 439 million gallons of rain and wastewater from overflowing and polluting the Ohio River and Beargrass Creek. Once MSD clears the site, work will begin to expand Waterfront Park into West Louisville.
That will be on the first component that we're constructing, which is called Playworks at Waterfront Park, the outdoor experiential learning area we are designing in collaboration with the Science Center. So this is a big moment for us to see MSD capping off their tunnel so that we know we are close to beginning to do our construction on the site.
The executive director of Waterfront Park expects that construction to start later this year.
It won't be long before the race to become Louisville's next mayor is narrowed down to two choices.
Tomorrow's Democratic and Republican mayoral primaries will be among the most watched.
Mark Vanderhoff caught up with some of the candidates today as they make their final push for votes.
Is a crowded field in the mayoral primaries with 8 Democrats and 4 Republicans. We spoke to the frontrunners based on fundraising and campaign activity about why they think voters will pick them. Bill Deariff, currently mayor of Jeffersontown, spent Monday preparing for that city's budget meetings.
Everybody says they want a mayor that is proven, that has the ability to day one to do the job, not read about the job and figure out how to do it, but somebody that's proven, because this community needs to be moving on day one. And that's what's resonated across parties.
We met up with Pastor Timothy Findley at his church.
I think I'm the only candidate that's laid out an actual plan, actual ideas, not ideologies, not diagnosing the issue, which we all know, but literally putting out there plans like universal basic income, fare free transit, universal pre-K, and going in and restructuring Metro government.
Craig Greenberg was meeting the owners of a new restaurant in Butchertown.
As I've gone across this whole city, what I hear from everyone across Louisville is they want a safer city. And so public safety is my #1 priority. I'm someone who doesn't believe we need any more studies, but is all about action. We know what solutions work, and it's time to put together a team of people who are focused on making Louisville safer.
While businessman Philip Molestina met us at his church.
The biggest thing is that I identify with them. I come from the background. I can work with the white collar, blue collar. I started at the bottom and work in business and work in this community the same way. So I understand the concerns.
Jefferson Circuit Court Clerk David Nicholson was out knocking on doors Monday.
I'm the only candidate that has experience in all 3 branches of government and how those 3 branches, from our judiciary and legislative, being the chief executive officer of this community, the importance and being bipartisan and being able to work with Frankfort.
And we caught up with Shamika Parrish-Wright at a press conference advocating for TARC to provide better services for disabled riders.
I, more than any other candidate, represent people power in a way that I've been involved and engaged in all the major issues that are plaguing our city. I want to be a listening ear, and I want to be able to take action. And I'm used to being held accountable. No other candidate can say that. Because I am an organizer, because I am an activist, I'm used to being held accountable by my community.
It was a busy last day for candidates before voters hit the polls. Mark Vanderhoff, WLKY News.
The other Democrats running are Skylar Grodick, Colin Hardin, Sergio Lopez, and Anthony Oxidine. There are 2 other Republicans, Chartrell Hall and Rob Reishman Jr.